Welcome to Destination Divergence, episode 69. This is the Winds of Change group, who just recently arrived here in Palace Maridol. I had to remember that name again real quick. It is in Valinor. I remembered that bit, at least. This is where Carrick grew up so many years ago. You guys had, further back than that, escaped the plane of madness, got all three of the fragments of ancient giant magic back together, three seals, forming the complete seal, and decided it was time to visit a big city again and take a break, take a rest, get supplies, and hey, Valinor's right here, might as well stop by where Carrick used to live. You were introduced to Carrick's mother, Kalana, and you also found Balasar there as well, Carrick's old mentor, who is now living with Kalana as sort of just helping her keep her home, everything in good repair and clean and stuff, in return for, a place to live. And he figured that at some point Carrick would return home, and it would be good to see him. You exchanged many stories, and then Carrick led you all around the town. Not before you all rested, though, of course. He went to a local inn run by a druid. And then you saw a temple to ROI, where some interesting things happened. First, Faye sort of made a prayer and offering to ROI, in a bit of apology for taking ROI's name previously, but ROI assured her that it was quite alright. Faye obviously did it with good intentions, that she should leave the guilt behind. There's no reason for it. And gave Faye a little bit of a blessing, in that Faye can now cast druid spells as well as cleric spells. You guys also met the Traveler there. Had a little bit of a conversation with her before she just kind of walked off from the crowd and disappeared again. But she suggested that you all take some time to really recuperate and prepare yourselves mentally for the future, since you'll be needed again shortly. The other party will likely need your help soon. Oh yeah, speaking of the other party, I believe last session is technically when that message came in and you guys responded. Or the other way around, you sent a message and they responded.
Yes.
Asking how they were doing and such, explaining that you got the 3 seals. And they responded back a bunch of stuff about hell and hell bikes and things being stolen and trying to kill Rakshasa. It sounds like they're in deep right now. But I believe
They're having a real good time.
Yes. I believe that is where the communication ended last time. Am I missing anything? I feel like that covers most of it.
No, I think that's it. And we're just like, I thought we were deciding between tournament arc and going to the jungle, but I think it seems that we have been decided on jungle.
We have jungle-ified.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah.
We jungle bound though. Were we going to do any more shopping before we left?
Oh yeah, we can do that pretty succinctly, I think. So yeah, I posted this in the chat earlier, but for the sake of having it verbalized, as part of my druidy times, and also just because I found it thematically appropriate with ROI, I've taken Hero's Feast in exchange for some I took Regenerate and Hero's Feast in exchange for some spells I was not using very much. So I am going to want to get whatever amount we can afford or / I can find of 1000 GP gem encrusted bowls, so I can do that sweet buff for when we need a good day.
All right.
Especially since I have the worst wisdom saving throws of all time. So yeah, I would like to go search for those bad boys.
Sounds good.
We have a lot of gold still.
True.
I know, I'm planning on getting a few.
Also, I discussed with Nakarath outside of game since he is not with us tonight, items for his upcoming crafting project, and a few of them can be potentially purchased. So I threw those in the Discord chat. If anyone wants to do some shopping and haggling on Nakarth's behalf.
You know I be haggling.
Excellent.
All right. So let's see. Let me bring up the party funds here, because baby, we going in. Let's see. All right. So 2070 platinum is 20,700 gold, right? It's just by 10.
Wait, how many platinum do you have?
2,070.
If you have
You multiply that
2,000
by 10,
platinum,
right?
yes, that is multiplied by 10, 20,007, yes.
All right, and then we've got.
Yeah.
So total, we have like 25,000 gold. You lovely folks, since this is stuff that will give us fucking fat benefits when we decide to use it, which I will use sparingly. I'll use it when I know we've got some big coming up. How many bowls that are 1,000 apiece are you okay with me getting? I would start off with a perhaps jazzy number offering of 5.
I have 0 qualms. That's good money. That's money well spent.
It's money well spent.
Read me what the spell requires again.
Yes. It is a gem-encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 GP, which the spell consumes.
All right, makes sense.
Making bacon pancakes.
5. Yeah, we can.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to find 5 at once in the city, but you might be able to commission them and get them at a later date or something of that nature.
Let's see how many I can
Just
find.
slap a single gem worth 1,000 gold on a random bowl.
Yeah, walking up to town and saying, yes, I will take your 5 finest gem encrusted bowls, please. Here
Finest economy, please.
Yes, here is $3 billion. Please just give me these resources, thank you.
I just go to the jeweler and then the ceramic shop next to one another, bring one to the other, smash it, and be like, here, do some of this.
Just mix it all
I
up.
brought some Elmers.
Yeah, perfect.
How much are you willing to overcharge me on this bowl?
Yeah. Buy really cheap bowls and then just buy 1,000 gold pieces worth of gems and just
fucking rhinestones on it.
yeah.
Just glue them on with
Right
sovereign
in
glue.
the eye of the beholder.
Perfect. Yeah, so you'd probably have to get those commissioned. We could probably make some rolls to see how many you'd be able to track down in town. If you're into that. So those are pretty rare items to just find, even in a large city like this, which is not only a like a massive, ancient, wealthy city that holds like a standing army and is a port city. Still, that's something that's just not going to be super readily available.
Okay. So first am I rolling to see like just the strings of fate of like what exists in the city, and then I get into Commission Town? Or is it like definitely there's not any already in the city?
Yeah, let me hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay, so sorry, I had to find the correct page in here to look up. But if you would like to find something specific, roll me a charisma persuasion check. You can throw money at this to give yourself a bonus as well if you want to. Essentially passing money around to grease the process a little bit.
Is this a roll that I could get any sort of party bonus on?
What do you mean by party bonus?
Like anyone buffing me or me buffing myself with like a flash of genius or guidance or anything like that.
I can definitely flash you.
I'll allow it. Why not?
Afraid I cannot help in any way.
I'm gonna do guidance on this then.
All right.
I want my bowls. Okay, it's persuasion.
And you can add a +1 bonus for every 100 gold pieces that you're willing to just yeet into the void on this check.
Do I have to declare that beforehand, or can I do it after?
You have to declare that beforehand, yes.
No, I'm not. I'm not spending our sweet juice on that. I'm confident in this roll. Plus
Flash, right?
it flash and guidance.
Right, of course. Oh my. The nearly max roll already, though. So
How
that's
much?
a 26?
36?
Rather, yes. Math, indeed. Carry the one. It's +5 in flash, right, Carrick?
Correct.
Cool, yeah, so that's a 36. How badly do you want these bowls, Faye? Are you willing, like, are you willing to like talk people into giving you like their old family heirlooms, things like that? Like what are we talking
Oh man,
here?
they're gonna get me evil and oh shit.
No, it's like to selling them to you, obviously, but you know, like, are you gonna be like really convinced, like, we really need this, it's gonna help us a lot with like the fate of the world's in our hand, you know, like really pressuring people to like making deals for things that aren't really for sale, or like
I'm gonna
what's the deal?
I will absolutely throw the card that this is going to maybe ensure the survival of like an important journey. However, like if this means I get one less, that's fine. Like if I see like some poor family just like shakily reaching towards their the heirloom of like their dead parents, I'm gonna let that one go.
Okay. So, yeah, you managed to find 3 in town before, you know, it becomes an issue of like finding like the ancient family heirlooms that have been handed down for generations. These crazy expensive things that are, you know, like just ancient jewelry and such. But you managed to find 3 in town of people that are either just collectors or merchants or just the very rich and wealthy that have very expensive tastes and just have like, oh, you want some of my extremely fancy dinnerware? Of course. Like that you managed to find 3. So if you'd like more than that, you might have to find somebody who's willing to make those for you. It might take a little more gold and perhaps a few days' time for you to return and get at a later date.
Well, given that I don't know when we're gonna get another hangout arc like this before world-ending shit, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Am I able to haggle the prices of the existing ones at all, or is this kind of like a flat rate deal?
I'm going to say that the people who had these knew pretty much what they were worth here, and you kind of had to do some prying to even get them to sell them to you in the first place a couple of times, so like
That is
tricky
super
business
fun.
on haggling to get a deal. Yeah.
The haggling will be for the commish.
The things that are actually being sold intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. But I feel like walking up to someone and saying, let me buy your car from you right now, and then trying to haggle them down to the price might not go over so well.
It's bold. So great. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna try to find a jeweler first and foremost, or someone who is selling, you know, precious materials of some kind.
Yeah,
I feel like
certainly.
that's gonna be my starting point.
Several of those around town. Those can be found.
All right. I'm gonna go for the middle of the road one. That looks like it is. They know what they're doing, but they're not upcharging because they're like the fanciest name in town.
Okay.
And wherever that is, I'm gonna go in and ask. All right. do you all do commissions?
So you find a place called the Pearl Resolve, and it's a fairly small place that appears to deal. You managed to find a place that deals less in fine jewelry to wear and more in like fine elements of furniture and stuff that you feel like this might be more up their alley. Whether it's extremely fine cutlery or small ornaments to go on different elements of the household, that kind of thing. So it appears fairly small, and yes, as you walk in, there is a half-elven woman working away at something with several different layers of lenses over one eye and some very tiny tools. Yes, actually, we mostly do commission here. Every piece is just about commissioned. We don't have many things that fly off the shelves otherwise. You have something in mind already?
Yes. I'm looking for perhaps a set of I need bowls, but I need them to be inlaid with an amount of gemstones, preferably diamonds, and about I ring off the top of my head however many roughly 1,000 gold points worth would be.
Right, so note down the details of all the gems you need on there and the the rough shape of the bowls. I imagine there's some arcane elements of this that it's got to fit certain parameters to qualify for the spell, but she takes down notes, takes down exactly what you're looking for, and kind of taps one of the tools against her temple while she does some mental math. Says, so how many of these were you looking to get? How soon do you need them?
You can take. You can take your time. I don't want to bring any rush element into it. I think as long as you can do it within a week, that's going to be okay with me. So please, no rush on my behalf. I would say that in terms of number, I would be looking for at least 2. Now, if with 2 we can talk, given the bulk of the matter, if we can talk price, perhaps bringing it down a bit, that would be, that would keep my business here.
I see. So 2 of them in about a week's time. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check if you want to try and haggle a little bit.
I do.
Charlie, can you help me buy a car?
Yeah. You got it. Bring your boy.
All right, so I set a DC of 20 for you to get them just at rate. You managed to haggle her down to exactly 1,000 each instead of the additional charging you for the specific commission and her time and such. So you can buy 2 more for 1,000, or give her the 2,000 now, and then in a week's time you can come back and claim those 2 extra bowls.
It is done.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to push it. That seems like a great deal. All right. Mark that down. I'm just going to keep using platinum for these sorts of big money purchases. All right.
I would like to buy this car, and I am paying in dimes. Walk up with copper pieces. Just
We can stop this anytime you want.
truckloads of copper.
Now it's time to go into car shopping. I can be probably brief about this one. That's fine, Dad.
Yeah, and if everyone else has stuff
Arcane
as well.
shop.
But yeah, there's plenty of stuff. You find some of the magic shops are you already where you are, just about, because the jewelers are located a little bit up higher in society, as this place, as I mentioned before, is sort of very literally defined, with the high society like actually being elevated over the lower society, kind of up higher on the mountain. and you manage to find several different magic shops up there. They all specialize in different things, from everyday trinkets and spells that are used for common tasks and utility, all the way up to fancier services that need to be rendered by mages themselves rather than purchased directly. But yeah, so you're looking for a few scrolls for Nakarth, right?
I am. And Carrick, do you need to pop in here too?
Yeah, I'll join you. I have a couple things I need to buy.
All right. Awesome. So yes. All right. Hello. What? Can I see your scroll collection, please?
So this one, for this stuff, if you're getting scrolls of a bunch of different levels, this might be a bunch of different shops scattered about. So this one might be better to just kind of glaze over, because some of the cheaper stuff than a card needs, like a scroll of detect magic, for example, is probably something you're going to find at like a much lower tier shop than something like a scroll of banishing smite. So probably better to just roll some checks and just kind of
Yeah, it sounds
get
good.
it going. So I'll just let you roll a check for each individual item, and I'll look up the price as we go as well. But yeah, which one are you starting with?
Start easy. Let's ramp up to hard mode. So detect magic.
Okay. So detect magic is a first level spell, right? Pretty sure. First level spell.
Oh, I can just make that.
Oh, if you don't need to buy it, you can just make it. That would make it even easier.
Yep.
Certainly.
Skip that one.
Cool. What's next?
Also, can Carrick and I do little like beast mode huddles outside of each shop, and I'll cast guidance on myself, and he can
Hell yeah.
get ready to flash me.
Yep.
If that's cheap, it's fine. I just like the
No,
idea of
it's-
it.
Honestly, flash is something that happens in the heat of the moment anyway, so that's awesome.
That's fine with me.
Love it. All right, yes, it's pretty low impact. So I'm just trying to be spicy.
I like the flavor of that too is hilarious to me, because guidance is a spell that's like you are seeking divine guidance or offering divine guidance for something which you have access to because of your divine like connections. So you're about to walk into a shop, you like say a quick prayer, like
Thank God
please,
for me.
yes, bless these prices, please. Like save me some money.
I mean, if we're looking at abundance, yeah, I love this.
Performing minor miracles to be a cheapskate.
A quick little
Oh, God.
inspiring speech.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, great.
Anyways, yes. So which one are you starting with next? Sorry.
Locate creature.
Locate creature. I think it's like third or second. Fourth? What is it?
I got no fucking clue.
Locate creature is a fourth level spell. I was
Oh boy.
fourth level spell that is a rare scroll. So that is above the threshold for you to be able to just find it. So you're gonna have to actually make a charisma check to try and a charisma or investigation check actually to try and find a place that will actually let you buy it.
Won't be charisma for sure. Well,
Woo!
I
Alright.
Very nice.
found on clearance.
Very quick, very quick. This is of course a problem of talking to people and trying to find something that you're looking to buy, and them trying to sell you on other things in their store instead of telling you which other store to go to and buy it. But you were able to, very quickly and easily cut to the chase and, actually get the information you're looking for out of people and track down which shop actually has what you need. So you are able to find a scroll of locate creature, indeed. And go ahead and give me a persuasion roll to haggle.
Oh, baby. That's okay. That's okay. We're adding the D4. And
I had the 5.
flashing me. Yep. And that's 19.
Okay.
Not my best work.
All right, you managed to talk the price down to 5,000 gold pieces
Oh my god!
from an
Jesus!
original 7,000.
This man is draining our bank. My god, what does he need this shit for?
You
I just
had to
imagine we're
track
saying
this.
this while we're gone.
Didn't we also sell our fucking souls for another thing he was trying to make?
I know.
He has been powering through these crafting
Oh my
recipes. and throwing
god!
them.
It better be good.
Okay, can I actually... And this might be even more, just like... what level spell is Banishing Smite?
5th, but that is the same tier. So yeah.
Oh, okay, it's not going to be more than this.
I mean, it depends. There are some dice rolls that happen as well.
Don't say that out loud in character.
I will say I rolled a little high on the price on that one. I rolled above average, so there is a possibility of it being lower, but it is the same tier.
Okay, yeah, no, I should have framed that. Okay, it's the same price tier. That.
Yes, same price tier though.
Boy. That's gonna be like half of our remaining money. I'm just gonna look and be like, are we okay with this?
We can find some more money somewhere. There's plenty of it out in the ocean.
Honestly, we haven't been trying that hard to make money.
No, we kind of stopped after we found the literal like mother lode. So yeah.
We'll just have to find another. Maybe there's... I mean, I imagine there isn't one in the jungle. These people seem, pretty capable of going and getting it. If there was one. But, you never know.
Yeah, maybe there's like some work we can do in the jungle, and we can make some good money.
Yeah, we'll do it. All right, 5,000 down.
All right. Yeah, getting into rare and very rare items turns out is expensive. Which is why all that gold did seem like a lot when you got it, but
Yeah.
It is quite possible for items to cost 50,000 gold plus before you even get to the legendary tier.
Yikes.
So, sheesh. Okay, so you're tracking down another scroll then?
Yep.
Okay. Fortunately, this one is Banishing Smite is a combat-related spell, so I'm going to give you advantage on the check to track it down in this city. So it's another investigation or persuasion check, yeah.
Oh, persuasion. Okay, well it's 29 then.
Oh, did I say just charisma earlier? That's my bad.
Yeah.
But that's either way.
Well, it's still
yes.
got that 20.
29. Yeah, that's true.
It's a 19 and a 20. Man, what the fuck?
Excellent. All right, so yep, you managed to find it indeed. You find a scroll shop that sells all manner. They seem to specialize in combat spells, and there's lots of these different stores scattered all around. Some of them specialize in spells to be granted to wizards so that they can learn them, reading materials for them to get new spells so that they can apply them in combat. Others are sort of designed more for providing lots of consumable scrolls to many soldiers and such. Fortunately, this scroll isn't one of those places, and because they mass produce these things, you get it for a little bit cheaper, but go ahead and see just how cheap you can get it with another persuasion check.
We have done our, especially after last time didn't go great, we've done our pro gamer huddle again.
Of course.
Okay, persuasion. Let's go.
Oh, baby.
Money. All right. 35.
Yep, okay. So with a 35, how do you haggle for buying essentially a grenade off of someone? What's your strategy? Well, I'm curious.
You put your hand on the grenade before the other guy does.
That makes sense to me.
My God, yeah. How do I nail this quite so hard?
The 35 means you can achieve essentially something that's borderline impossible. That's the tier of that skill check.
I think I'm like not only gonna just be like the whole time just kind of talking about combat magic. Like I'm so passionate at this point about just like blowing shit up. Like I'm
okay.
fire spell professional, and then also just talking about, you know, weaving into that some of the exploits, and then just kind of being frank near the end about like, listen, like I know you're running a business and all, but like truly we are on a fucking big time mission here, and then this is pretty crucial for something we're building. So if you can cut a homie a deal after we've just shot the shit for a bit,
so you're
feel like we've just made a connection,
sort of impressing the arms dealer. I mean, to be fair, this is a 5th level spell, but Fake can cast 8th level spells at this point. And if the magical arms dealer can hear like, you've cast Disintegrate before, like, you know, that's sparks in the eyes, like holy shit level.
Disintegrate at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So definitely, Faye can hang with the magic arms dealers for sure, and get on their good side. So you're able to talk this price down to very slim margin for this guy of 2,500 gold pieces.
Hearty handshake. That's a deal, my man. That's a fucking deal. All right. How do I math? 70. Don't mind me. I'm just
No worries.
gonna do the math here. And but yeah, no, that's good for me. Carrick, do you need anything?
Oh yeah. I need a hold on. One rare magical ink.
All right. I neglected to open that PDF ahead of time. I should have. Boom. Crafting. There was a whole section, purchasing table by rarity. Which rarity? Sorry.
Rare.
Rare ink. Rare magical ink. Is actually probably something. That's definitely something you can find, because it's just it's a component. It's not like a finished product that might be rare. Even though it is rare, it's, you know, these guys making scrolls need it to make their scrolls. So you could probably actually buy it from one of the scrolls salesmen, just buying some of their supply off of them while you're there anyways. And since the arms dealers like you quite well, I'll just let the previous result carry over, and you can get that rare magic link for 150 gold pieces.
Nice.
Since you can just get it in the same place.
All right, you want me to mark that off the party fund?
That sounds cheap enough. I can just mark it off my sheet.
Cool.
Alrighty.
And then the last thing I wanted to do was see if I could trade a couple of the rare divine essences that Faye made for a couple rare primal essences.
Okay, so some rare essence trading. Yeah. I think I'm gonna say that's probably gonna be another skill check here. I'll let you guys choose like which skill you think is most relevant. Persuasion is obvious, but if you think you might be able to apply something else, that's fine as well. But
I'm happy to just help you persuade this guy to trade it. I mean, you made them after all.
Persuasion game too strong.
it really is.
All right, once more into the breach.
Pseudo down phases. Charisma is king.
All right, do my business.
Alright, that's a 21.
Plus 5.
How many times have you flashed today?
That would probably be my last.
Okay. So 26 then. Yeah, you managed to convince a couple people of. Again, these are pretty rare materials. So you will probably have to do a couple deals here and there, not trade them both in at the same place. But fortunately, you managed to trade both in with separate people. Like, you convince them of the quality of these essences. They see the use in them, and they can use those for some of their other projects they're working on, anyways, crafting some other scrolls or whatnot to sell. So you're able to exchange those just fine.
Awesome. Cool, that's all I needed to buy.
Nice. That's all good for me then.
I would, if we're already in the arms dealer shack. So, have you heard of birds? Very large ones in particular. The ones you can't usually bring to Earth with just a single arrow.
I've seen a bird or two in my life, yes.
Would you happen to know where I could get my hands on something that could let me bring down very large birds to the Earth? But perhaps not kill them, but if with a single arrow, that would be silly. But you wouldn't happen to have any sort of magical enchantments that could just sort of let us ground something flying very high above us, would you?
That's not too difficult of a trick. Yeah, I can track something down for that. Certainly. You thinking scrolls, wands?
Well, the thing that seemed most convenient would be arrows, with
Arrows.
some manner of fancy enchantment on them. But then I suppose you would know how all that works better than me.
Well, an arrow would certainly reach a little farther, but a good scroll could reach a few hundred feet.
Anything that could be used more than once.
Well, a wand would let you recharge it a few times a day.
Yes, perhaps that would do the trick. Yes, if you're able to get your hands on a wand that could pull things out of the sky, that is something I'd be very interested in.
Certainly. Go check the back real quick, see if we've got one in stock. He heads back inside, and for a brief delay, comes back outside with a very small wooden box that has a few wands rattling around inside, and he kind of is digging through it and looking at a few of them, then manages to pull one out. It says, this is Wand of Earthbind. It's got 5 charges.
Oh my.
Should let you, well, you point it at something and it's not going to be flying. You can guarantee that. Only lasts about a minute. You gotta kind of, concentrate on making sure that thing's not flying, but should do the trick.
Oh, wonderful. And how much are you charging for this?
He will charge. Do. Sell these for 600 gold pieces.
And I'll take one of those, thank you.
Of course.
I'll pay that in platinum.
That works. Perfect. Good doing business with you. So yeah, you can add the Wand of Earthbind with 4 charges per day. Y'all looking for anything else? Any more shopping to do?
No more from me.
Is there a place I could get my bow upgraded to a +1 around here?
Yeah, you probably could. You could get some enchanting done. That again might be a commission that might take at least a day, but
Right.
unless you just want to trade it for a new bow. But if you are attached to your old bow, you could leave it, have it enchanted, and pick it back up later.
Yes, I think I'll do that. And how much will that cost?
All right, let me look up the. There we go. The enchanting table. There are so many magic items in this game. I tell you what. Where are the +1s? There we go. +1 weapon. you love when you find something on a table that has an asterisk and then you can't find where the
Oh no.
asterisk. We'll say that'll be a 500 gold piece price to enchant the
Okay.
weapon for you.
I'll get that also, thank you.
All right, so that'll be ready tomorrow, so you can pick that up tomorrow. It's a little bit
Excellent.
faster process. All right,
I am all set.
excellent. So we got some scrolls, some bowls, some weapons, some weapons getting enchanted or a new wand. Anything else you guys need before you to move on from the shopping segment?
No, I'm good.
Think I'm all good.
Yep.
All right, and I think you got all the more expensive elements of Nakara's thing. There technically was he had a very rare essence to get, but that's probably something he's just gonna have to craft because good luck finding a very rare psionic essence anywhere on Corvair. However, you got all the stuff that is likely able to be purchased, and the one scroll that Carrot can probably just make at some point. So cool. What are you guys doing now?
Let's go see if I'll go ask my mom if the military here needs any work done in the jungle here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you head back to Helena's place, where Balasar is as well.
On the way, Carrick is just gonna say to the party, before we head into the jungle, I'd like to use some of the stuff I bought and just take one day to try and get this enchantment on my my sword done. If that's all right with you guys.
Absolutely. Good done. We'll hang.
Wonderful. So yeah, then we'll head inside the house.
All right. Kalena will be there, and she sees you. She says, "Oh, I assume that Carrick has showed you all around our town at this point. Seen some
Yes.
of the sights.
Yes, it's a lovely place.
Excellent. Good. Glad you enjoy it. It's a bit chaotic at times, but beautiful. Did you do any searching with Lorendar, Carrick? Any updates?
I'm sorry.
Well, I had mentioned previously that there was a whole lot of drama with Stormhome and the previous matriarch. And you had so recently visited there, I thought that maybe you'd have some insight for them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, I'll make sure to check in with them.
Of course. Just curious if you had any more information. Perhaps later. Where all did you go and see around town?
We checked out the temples. We went to my favorite inn. And then we went shopping.
You do have some lovely shops.
Yes, there's a lot of commerce that comes through here. As one of the only ports on this peninsula, so quite a lot comes through here. Most of Valinar's sea traffic, except for the capital, of course. So, all sorts of things come through here to be bought, sold, or just moved along through to another location. But anyways, I assume you came here. Are you here to visit for some more time, or come here with a purpose?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind spending some time here, but we also wanted to know, is there any work that the city needs done in the jungle
Hmm. I haven't heard of anything recently. They tend to send new recruits there as sort of a test. Uh, all of those jobs sort of get handled by them. Well, it's got a bit of a kick to it, that place. A spark of violence or something. It really helps them very quickly test the newbies and to make sure that they're up to snuff.
Well, we are. I mean, we're certainly looking to have, test our might a little bit, and maybe, given the said shopping from yesterday, make a little money if there's something that the guard really wants done, but does not necessarily want to send the men to take care of it. Well,
We just got off of disintegrating several beholders, so
Oh my.
we can probably help out even if we're not terribly ingrained in the area just by sheer force of obliteration. If there's anything that perhaps you don't want to devote your own men to.
Well, if I had to guess, if you go to the military looking for work, they might just, well, they're more likely to send you out on some much longer campaign. They're currently testing to see just how far they can push Karnath before Karnath declares war on them, I think.
That sounds
the gist.
That sounds both fun and
So if you like
they don't have much to do.
Yes, well, the entire existence of our nation as a formal entity, as an entity that is recognized by the other countries here, has been in existence only of war, and well, we're all still trying to get used to peace, but some are getting used to it much slower than others. So, our brilliant leader decided that we should poke and prod at the nearby territories. War is likely going to break out soon anyways, we all say. I mean, what with the new Mornlands appearing.
Is there anything that can be done to change his mind? Why does he want to invoke the wrath of Karnath just for more war?
More land, more resources. He believes that this land was originally ours, and the other people here are squatters. The roots of the elves of this land run deep. The roots of humans, not so much. Whether that's true or not, and whether that's a justifiable cause for war, is something I try not to involve myself in.
I see.
I wonder if our ancestors that lived on this land before would want this.
Well,
In my experience, people will just find a reason to punch each other if you don't give them one, so maybe for such things, looking too deep beneath the surface doesn't really matter. It's probably more the fact that you're neighbors than anything, I'd say. But then, what do I know? I just live on a boat.
certainly could be. It's interesting, they don't seem to want to attack the Talenta Plains much. Straight to Karnath, but
Well, yes, you must be far more fun to fight. You spend all the time practicing for it.
Yes, and well, Karnath is also legendary for their military capabilities. I feel like perhaps they just want to conquer the biggest threat first.
They would much rather be the biggest power on the continent.
Yes, I think that is the case. So that might be good for money. You could go off and fight some. Well, very likely they would send you to fight some, to sneak around and take out some very important, very ancient undead entity or something of that nature. That would probably pay a lot. Test of might is what you're looking for. If you're interested in the jungle, I would just venture deeper. That place is dangerous, and while over many years of us living here, we've ventured deeper and deeper and explored it more and more, and brought back many of the ancient weapons and such that exist there. There's probably more to discover if you manage to go deep enough. Seems like you all would be able to delve deeper than anyone has before if you've vaporized some beholders or disintegrated one of those.
I swung around on its eye stalks.
Whew, I'm glad you're all right. That is impressive.
Me too.
It was quite amusing.
It was all I could do to stay alive.
Well, I'm glad you are alive. Yes, if that is the kind of feats that you've grown into, then absolutely you'd be able to conquer whatever you'd find in there, I would assume. Like
If
I
it
said,
makes you feel any better, even if one of us dies, it's really not that big a deal. I've died. It's not exactly fun, but you know, I'm still alive.
you have one skilled in restoration magic among you.
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, well, that does ease my mind quite a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, let's give it a try at the jungle. I think that sounds like some lesser stakes exploration than what we've been doing, but still a chance to keep ourselves sharp.
There's certainly a lot to see in there. It's filled with ruins, mostly. And like I said, many things we've already plundered, but who knows what a fresh set of eyes might uncover, or, well, if you find something that's never been seen before, it's also possible. Mostly the, which tab was it? The Dakani Empire. The hobgoblins and other goblinoids from before the time of man or elves that dwelt in this land. Some of their craftsmanship is incredible. We use some of their weapons over even our own more recent designs. They had extremely skilled smiths. And some of the best weapons they've created have become some of the key weapons of our strongest officers. We're not sure just how they made these weapons so sharp and so strong, but they did. So, that might not be a way to earn money unless you find something very rare and you're willing to sell it rather than keep it, but if you're looking for a very powerful weapon, might be another thing you find there.
I mean, Carrick, you could probably use that, and I mean, either that or we sell something that could be a benefit either way. What do you think?
I don't think we'd be hurting for another weapon, although I have grown quite fond of this new scimitar that I built, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we find.
Let's think about it.
Let's go ask and see what if there's anything that needs killed in there. We can make a little bit of money and then maybe delve deeper after that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right. So, to the military it is then, yeah?
Yep.
All right. So, again, some of the higher command structures up very high in the city, but that's not necessarily where you're going. You just need to speak to any of the military, and there are many places to speak to them into this town. I mean, every third person you pass is some form of soldier of this place, carrying, of course, their full weapons and armor everywhere they go. And so you're able to talk to a few people and quickly track down who you need to speak to. And you find a half-elf named Eilen, who is appears to be about middle-aged. He's managing to grow a bit of a beard, despite having the very still smooth skin of the elves as well. But it's a little bit scraggly. He's of course in the full, very silvery, very almost leaf structured like armor of this place, and bears a long spear. And he is one of the captains of this area. So yeah, you managed to track down at least somebody who has some command. So, what you doing?
Hello there, hi there, sir. I am the son of Qualana, and I was wondering if there was any work that you needed done in the Jungle of Scimitars. My group and I are quite capable. We can give you any sort of number of our feats, and it'll be pretty hard to give you anything that you've probably killed.
I see. So you're just offering your services to just go out and contract, kill something big and important that we need taken care of, yes?
Indeed. We're looking for some money if there's money to be had.
All right. He will converse with someone over he does the same thing the previous captain you saw did, where he kind of holds one hand up to his ear, and sort of as he speaks you can't hear the words come out of his mouth. They're magically transported elsewhere. He appears to be contacting a few different people, reaching out to get information about what might be a good target here. And apologies, I did not prepare for this specifically, so I am looking through some potential targets in the area. Okay, found something. So says, well, as I'm sure you know, we tend to send our newbies out into the jungle to tackle most of these tasks here, so we don't have a ton ready for traveling mercenaries such as yourselves to handle. But, well, there is one thing that has proven a little too tricky for new recruits to take on even in larger squads, so perhaps you could take a look. How much do you know about the Jungle of Scimitars?
I don't know
I know nothing.
much about it. I suppose this is the first time I've been here.
I see.
I'm from the area, but I've never been.
Well, it is a... How much do you know about planar magic? Let's start there.
Quite a bit.
Perfect.
I probably know more than anyone on the entire planet.
That is impressive. But you said that with so much confidence that I believe you.
There's some things you just have to learn by experience. You're just not going to find them in a book.
I guess so. Either way, though, I know very little, but I know enough to be dangerous with the knowledge. That jungle is entirely a manifest zone of the battleground. It is very deadly, and attacks in there can be quite deadly. That's why we send our recruits in there. It really condenses the process of seeing just how good they are. Their attacks hit harder, they get hit harder. We see how they do under pressure. We see how their skills are, and of course, our higher ranking officers have been in the jungle many times, are used to its effects, and can sort of see what they're seeing with the recruits, and tone down that a bit to correct for what those recruits will be doing outside of the jungle, so that we get a pretty good picture. They sort of calibrate their expectations in there pretty well. Regardless, as I said, there is a foe in there. Some sort of very old construct is the reports we've gotten back. Something large and covered in moss, with a large blade that didn't seem to dent or dull in any way, shape, or form, and none of our recruits were strong enough to even put a scratch on it, except to just knock some of the moss off it and such. So if you're looking to take care of a problem for us, that would save us some time. We wouldn't have to send out a unit of mages or something. Does that sound a reasonable task?
It sounds pretty good to me. What do you all think?
I think we can handle that.
I think we can not die. And the opposite of dying is usually, victory. So, yes.
Yes, if you don't die, you live. So that is good. All right, excellent. And he'll pull out a map and compare notes with you. I assume you guys have a map of the continent at least too. I'm pretty sure because you've been navigating. So
Right.
I think that's a reasonable thing to expect. Gives you some notes and marks a spot down for you. For the last few times it was cited, so you can start tracking it down from there. It says, so negotiating payment. We do get some mercenaries through here, but it's rare that anyone strong enough to handle what you're going to be handling comes through. So if you take down this target, we'll offer you 2,000 gold pieces for the lot. Divide that up as you will. How's that sound?
I look at Faye.
Yeah. I mean, we've done our travels. Obviously we've told you some of this stuff. What you're describing still sounds fairly significant, and honestly, in part of our time in town, we're really looking to stock up and get ourselves in pretty good order. So I would, if there's any more you could part with, we could really use it, and we could make a good decision to, a decision that feels better to us to actually go through with this plan. So what do you say bump it up to 3,000?
Make me a persuasion check, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll take 3,000, but you have to let us know where the body is and leave it intact, or as intact as it is when you get it to stop moving, so that we can go and harvest whatever remains there. Potentially get something useful out of it.
I look over at Carrick and just kind of raise one eyebrow to be like, is that good with you?
I nod.
You got a deal?
All right. Holds out a hand for a handshake.
Firm shake.
Okay. Very good. Just bring us back some sort of proof that you killed it, and you'll get your payment. We have several men who have seen it. I'm sure they'll recognize some external part of it. If its head is too heavy, just something else that I'm sure my men will recognize it.
Perfect.
You got it.
All right. So, you have a target to track down and kill. I think Carrick had requested some potential downtime, though, as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to take, I think it's 12 hours to do this thing.
Okay. Yeah, you can probably fit in some of it tonight, because shopping does technically count as a little bit of downtime, but that's probably fine if you take like 4 hours on it tonight. It's not like you guys went shopping all day. You were, touring the town, seeing the temples, that kind of thing as well.
Sweet, sounds good.
And if anyone else has downtime things that they want to work on, 4 hours for you.
I'm just waiting for me not sword, bow. That's also got a W in it.
Yes, true. The bow.
Can
plus one
I
bow.
help anyone with the scroll or anything?
I believe that was for Carrick.
I'm sorry?
Oh, can I help you with a scroll or any even making more essence, anything like that?
There may be a couple things I need for the Nakara scroll. I didn't look at that. Let me see. Scroll scribing. So I think it's common. So yeah, it'll cost me like 15 gold to make it.
Oh,
And that'll take me 2 hours.
And Nakarth will let you know as well on that one that he's got quite a bit of work he's got to do before he needs the scroll, so no big rush on that.
Then yeah, I should be good then.
Technically speaking, you guys need to reach 17th level, and then Nakarth needs to spend a week making essence before he can even start the next crafting process. So.
God.
But yeah, thank you, Faye, but I should be alright.
No problem.
Is this a intelligence check or a wisdom check?
You're probably doing arcane, the arcane tradition, not the ancient tradition. So I'd say, yeah, intelligence.
Cool.
All right.
Alright, I think that's 12.
All right. What was the DC on that?
16?
You're one check off from it being a masterwork.
You can have masterwork enchantments?
Oh, this was the enchantment. Right. Maybe not then.
Yeah.
That's true. That's the blacksmithing part. You're right.
My mind was about to be blown. That was
that was crazy.
Man, that's so cool. But yeah,
no, but that's a pass either way though. Yes, you complete it.
sweet. Now I got the rune we talked about. I'm gonna name it the Gale rune.
Nice. Sounds good. So we discussed that in DMs, but if you want to let your party members know what that does as well, I'm sure there's some curiosity going around.
Sure. So yeah, Carrick paints a few runes along his blades of his double-bladed scimitar, and says, "This will let me do a little more damage with my attacks, and once a day I'll be able to fire some blasts of air off of it."
It's killer, dude. That rules. Nice.
Thank you. Quite proud of it. Sweet. Yeah, I'm all set now.
All right. And Clemens, you get your bow back after that day as well.
Yay, thank you.
Woo, bow.
Yeah.
Fortunately, those bowls are not quite ready yet. It's going to take that full week, but you do have the 3 on you already, so. Speaking of which, how's your diamond supply?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I have an
I'm
emergency
not
diamond
bad.
on me.
I've got 4 on me.
Oh boy,
I think
okay, good.
I think I have none, so that's good that you guys have some.
Hold on. I mean, while we're doing that, like, just because this needs to be spread up, I'm gonna give 1 to Carrick right now.
Thank you, thank you. These are 300 GP diamonds, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, with some preparations out of the way, some new equipment newly enchanted for multiple party members. What you guys doing?
Is it time? We ready to roll out?
I don't have anything else I want to do first.
I'm ready to go.
All right. So, let's pop over to the map. Woo. And, all right. So, you're here in town. The marker's technically here, but I wanted to read the name earlier. And the jungle's right there. So, the spot that was mentioned by Island would be not too far into the jungle. So a place that the rookies were having issues before would be right here. Not too far away at all. That was the last known sighting of this large construct. So if you'd be heading out after the day of downtime, like at the end of the day and not like the second day after, you'd have a bit of time you'd be able to pilot, but Carrick, you'd be piloting after a full day's work, which might be tricky with the con saves that we did before for doing that.
I was actually kind of thinking maybe instead of flying the ship, we could hoof it.
That works too.
To really get the jungle experience. I mean, that's why we're doing this, right?
You're right.
The jungle experience. True indeed. So that is going to be just about a 2-day journey to get there by foot. Just about.
Ugh, that's so long. I'll just take the ship to the jungle and then we can walk back.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Give up on that right quick.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll take a nice stroll through the woods. Wait, it's how far? Yes,
Fuck that.
it looks like a tiny part of the map, but we remember that when every JPEG artifact on this map is a whole mile, it gets pretty intense. All right, so flying the ship there would only be about an hour of flight. So I'd say if you want to do that tonight and not wait until tomorrow, or you can just gonna wait till tomorrow. What are you thinking?
Yeah, let's get over there tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say con save at advantage then, because it's just half of your usual 2-hour flight, like to push farther than a day's work. Easy enough. Okay. Carrick's getting used to this flying thing at this point. So you managed to fly just an hour over there to the edge of the jungle, where you might need to, if you want to get there tomorrow, camp out here tonight, head there tomorrow. Because at the edge of the jungle, it's still going to be most of a day's travel to get there. Or were you thinking fly like all the way up to it and then drop down over it, or?
What do you guys think?
Um, let's not drop down. Let's just park outside and then go in.
Ooh, do we
Does that
have
sound
the
good to you?
resources to firebomb them from the heavens?
Given what we just spent, I would say probably not.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Alrighty. So, you going to just camp on the ship for the evening here and get to it tomorrow morning fresh?
That's
Diving
my
into
vote.
the jungle?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. So, you can all take a long rest. That's fine. You're high up in the air, even though you are over a jungle that's not technically civilization. There's not a lot that can really reach you up here at this point. The number one thing would be like, the people of Palace Meridol coming to see you like they did when you first showed up here. But they already know who you are at this point. They recognize your ship. So none of those like scouts or guards of any kind to approach you. You're safe up here. And you're so close to the city anyways at this point. It's not like there's a crazy amount of danger. When you're in the air at least, but beneath you is the terrifying, deadly jungle. So, yep, that long rest can happen.
Wait.
Huzzah.
Y'all know I'm not burning any of these heroes feasts yet. Get out of here. But
Those gems
do you
do
remember?
look awfully tasty, though.
Fine, I see fucking Clemens eyeing my bowls, just licking them. No. But do you remember your 21 temp HP?
Thank you.
Indeed. So, you wake up the next morning. It was safe. And how are you guys getting down to the jungle? Fresh and early, crack of dawn? What's your methods? Also, choose a method for Nakara. Though he is not here, he needs a way down.
Can we... We have the harnesses, right? We can just go down. If we're not like in an emergency situation, we could get down without spending
true.
resources, right?
I had a difference in the difference in my mental picture. So you guys are at the edge of the jungle technically, so you could just go right down to the ground and walk in. Yes. So with the harnesses, that'll work. Correct. For some reason, I was thinking situation just like it was in Zendrick, where you were over the trees and dropping down, but now it's much closer to the ground than that. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, of course. You are correct there.
Yeah, Clemens will do that.
I'm just fine.
All right. So you all make it down to the ground, and the earth around you is wet and muddy. You see just the rising trees ahead of you. There's all sorts of plant life all around you, different low bushes and ferns and such, but like I said, the real sight is those extremely tall trees, which seem to just rise up out of the terrain immediately in front of you. And it's very dense and dark in there. And it is still a little over a half day's journey to the location that Island marked for you on your map. So, if you guys are just navigating straight there, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a survival check from somebody to navigate through this place successfully without issue.
You better believe it's not going to be me.
I'm not very good at survival.
I've got a +0.
Is anyone beyond 0?
Nakar is a 5, not proficient, but just has wisdom.
Yeah, that's better than us fucking
Maybe we should have
unwise
just, like,
squad.
hired a Sherpa.
All right. Nakar throws an 8.
Yay!
3 plus 5. Woo!
Super long jiggle.
Oh my god, we're that group that's just like, let's go in the jungle! Oh my god, what's with all the bugs?
Oh my lord. Yeah, this is fucking
can
magic
totally
school
handle
bus gone wrong.
Oh no. Okay, so you guys head into the jungle, and Nakarth looks at the map and is like, oh yeah, this isn't too bad. I can see the city behind me, so that means this is the right direction. Just kind of eyeballs it and heads off. But as soon as you're under the canopy of the trees, there's nothing like the position of the sun to guide you or anything like that, and you very quickly get lost. Nakarth at first is adamant that you're going in the correct direction, so you'll follow him. He's confident. He's definitely the best tracker and best navigator among you as far as the ground travel goes, at least. But he eventually turns back to you a little bit sheepishly, and then with a confused expression on his face. And you're lost. In the jungle. Have fun. What you doing?
Damn it, McCarth, I knew I saw this tree like 3 times.
I trusted you. Ah.
Nakarth turns the map upside down. Oh.
One of us can climb up top. We can see which direction the ship's in, and we can point ourselves in the right direction.
Yeah, great idea, Clemens. And I'm gonna just fly right up above the canopy.
Excellent. So yeah, as you fly up the canopy, above the canopy, and look out, you can see that where the party is facing is currently towards Spilus Maridel, so you're definitely heading in the wrong direction, and you appear to be farther south than you were expecting.
I think we need to go this way, and he'll point, like, the direction they were supposed to be going.
Okay.
Absolute goon. Okay, great. Yep.
All right.
So that'll help us a little.
Indeed. So you get a little bit more direction and you head out that way. And you come across an area that is fairly swampy. It's just thick, deep mud and water. Not the most pleasant thing to get across. How you tackling it?
I can fly over this, but Nakarth, can you like run real fast across it and not fall in?
Nakarth will confirm that he can do that, yeah.
Couldn't we just like chop down a couple trees and make a bridge?
I mean, where's the need?
I mean,
Come on, just put an arm around Faye and I, and we'll fly you over.
Yeah, we can do it together. 2 of us.
alright, Clemens puts her arms up to go up.
The
Clemens does one
universal
up.
sign of up, yes.
Yes.
Just like a little kid asking to be picked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna-
exactly. All right, so with the 3 of you, it's going to be pretty awkward, and you're bearing extra weight, so I'll say it slows down your speed to half, whichever of you is slower in your flight speed, but you're able to get Clemens across that way. And Nakarth, of course, pretty much has to be fast across the water like he does. So he just zooms across, and it's pretty uncanny as he runs across the surface of this mud and water. You don't see any splashes or ripples. It's almost like his feet just don't quite even touch it, but he manages to reach the other side.
Monks are ridiculous.
As you float across the surface,
Oh no.
holding Clemens between you. A large claw reaches up out of the mud and grabs Clemens's ankle. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Oh man.
Karth is like 500 feet ahead of you and will not be rolling initiative. You will all be surprised at first,
I'm not.
but true,
I
you're
can't
not
be
surprised. That is true. So
I guess I saw the claw coming.
indeed. So well, the claw. I guess I don't know your initiative, but yeah, you go ahead and roll that. But
Can I roll it yet?
does it says I started an encounter. Did not let you without tokens. Let's go back to the landing page and try that again. There you go. Let's see if that works now. Sweet. Oh boy, with a 29. Yeah.
It didn't roll my advantage initiative. Let me do that again. Yeah, we'll go with the 29.
Okay, definitely higher.
Oh no, that was phase.
Oh, mine was
Well, let me
13.
do it again. It's okay. I'm happy with the 29.
Yeah, I just rolled a random d20 and got a 7, so the 29 is likely higher.
So,
Okay. 29, 20, and 13. So, Clemens, you do in fact see it coming. The other two of you will be surprised at first. But, Clemens, you see this claw reaching up out of the water to grab at you, but you have just a second where you can act first.
I'll dodge.
Okay.
That's fucking smart.
I don't think I can do anything else with both my arms.
That's a good point. And thankfully, that dodge, the second d20 I rolled for the attack, became a natural 1. So
Did I kick it in the nose by pure accident?
you flail your feet and the claw just grabs empty air, and yeah, indeed, you just kind of kick like the joint of the claw back where it meets the rest of the appendage, and it retracts quickly under the water.
Higher!
Oh shit!
Well, we'll see when it gets to their turn, but Clemens shouts this, and you two are both surprised. So oh, there we go. I have to begin the combat.
There we go.
You both get over your turns, and then it's back to Clemens's turn again, actually. Clemens was not surprised. And then the crab will follow, and then you two.
Okay, I'm still immobilized. Actually, is the crab still under the mud?
It pulled its claw back down as you kicked it, yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna dodge again.
Okay, just keep flailing those feet, ready to yoink them up if you need to, out of the way. And it's gonna try again. Another claw reaches up out of the mud. Oh, that dodge action is saving you here. I rolled a natural 19 and a natural 3. So, another claw reaches up again. This is a much smaller claw. It appears to be swinging with its other claw this time. After the first one was just knocked back so easily. It tries to snap at you with a swifter, smaller claw and just misses your ankle by a little bit. And then it is Carrick's turn.
Carrick will, with Faye's cooperation, of course, try to move them to like solid ground for Clemens to stand on. Is there any?
Not really. I'd say you're probably about 80 feet from any kind of solid ground at this point. You could drop Clemens in the mud, though. That's not. It'd be more like difficult terrain than like drowning. But
Yeah, it's fine for you to drop me. It's potentially better than me just flailing here.
Is there a tree nearby?
I mean, if there's plenty of trees, if you want to just like have Clemens koala bear, but
Drop me!
All right. And I kind of move like 10, 15 feet away from where the creature was
okay.
and put Clemens down.
Cool. So you move away, and Faye, are you dropping Clemens as well, or are you gonna just sink? This is struggling to lift Clemens.
No, I am dropping Clemens.
All right. So Clemens, you fall down into the mud with a splash. Some of the mud slaps up against some of the nearby trees and plants growing out of it. And it is indeed difficult terrain, but your two companions now are no longer hindered by carrying something. Anything else you wanted to do, Faye?
Oh,
Oh, I thought it was my turn.
Oh, sorry. If it was yes, I had assumed that you had passed. That's my bad. If you have something as well, Carrick, you go for it.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on Clemens.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you. Crabs do have blind sight.
Fuck, that's okay.
That is true. They do have that.
I don't know that. And yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Anything from you, Faye?
does the crab have eyes out of the water?
No.
Little bastard. Okay.
You saw it disappear into the murk and mud, and you can't quite see it right now, unless you want to try and spend some time like really looking for it with a check.
No, I do not. I'm gonna cast haste on Carrick, and I'm going to fly higher into the air.
All right. Carrick is fast as fuck.
Nice. Thank you.
Oh, you welcome.
And we back to Clemens.
Clemens is going to slosh up to the crab. She wouldn't have had any weapon drawn while she was being carried, so she'll draw the bonking stick. Unfortunately, does not have her shield out.
At the moment, you're not quite certain of the position of the crab. Like,
okay.
it's somewhere near you, but it appears to move quite swiftly through this murk and mud, and it's hidden behind said murk and mud.
And I'm going to go a distance from relatively close to where I thought I saw it last. And I'll cast... Actually, I'll just prepare an attack for if it comes into melee range of me.
Okie doke. Sounds good.
And that'll be my turn.
And it does indeed come within melee range of you as you land in the water, look around. A claw arcs up out of the water behind you, trying to grab at your back, but you just spin around and slash at it. So go ahead and make the attack. Or bonk at it rather than slash at it. More accurate.
Oof.
Not quite, sorry. The stick just kind of, the bone staff just kind of glances off of this thing's carapace. Not a solid hit, unfortunately. So it is going to make an attack against you.
All right.
And it do indeed have blind sight. And that is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. You take 22 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled as you try to hit the claw away with your staff instead of dodging it like before, but now the claw just grabs around your shoulders and begins to drag you down into the mud.
Oh, lovely.
And actually, yeah, that's what it's going to do with its remaining movement, is it's going to pull Clemens down into the mud with it. So you all watch as Clemens just gets down under the mud, and Clemens, you are now grappled and blinded by the mud.
Lovely.
Carrick.
Carrick is just gonna zoom into the mud where he saw Clemens and the creature go down.
Okay. Since it's happening so quick afterwards, just give me a perception check. I'll say to see if you can, because this thing is zooming under the mud here. But okay.
I'll flash it.
Okay.
To a 15.
That's far. It was pretty close. That is far over it for sure. So, you dive down into the murk, and it's hard to see down here, but you can just feel that it's near you still, and it's moving away from you.
Yeah, he's just gonna just propel himself towards it and try and slash at it with his newly enchanted scimitar.
Okay, this is at disadvantage because you cannot see it, and it can see you. Blindside technically.
Alrighty.
But you can go for it. That is a hit.
We love a hot 25 with disadvantage.
I do.
Hell yeah. Wait, where? So let's see the formula for that weapon. Am I forgetting something?
What?
Uh, oops, I didn't mean to click that. I see 4 plus 5 plus 5. Because you should get proficiency plus 5, intelligence plus 5. What's the 4 coming from?
Hold on, let me look at it because I get a +3 bonus from the.
Oh, right. Yeah, because the subclass feature. Right. Okay. And that's probably just a +1 weapon after that, right? Because of the
Yeah, I think.
Masterwork.
Well, yes, that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, so +3 from subclass, +1 from master. I was like, wow, a +14 attack bonus is kind of crazy. Where did that come from? But yes, that makes sense.
I know.
Okay,
I'm
had to unpack that real quick, but we're good. Okay. The 16 is a hit as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 2.
Yeah. So you, as long as you don't natural 1, you literally hit this thing. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You take a pretty good chunk out of it. Your sword is so sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll another. I forgot you're hasted. You get 3 of those. Like, oh, there it is, the natural one. Of course. So unfortunately, that last slash, you're a little distracted because you can feel the presence of this place as you start to, like, you start up your violence, you start up swinging your blade, ready to get into this skirmish. As you start landing hits, you feel like your momentum increasing, and you're striking far harder than you usually do. But yep, then you're distracted because you think about that a little too much. Your last blow lands short, but you do like crack its armor at the back by quite a bit. It seems to slow his pace a little bit. Anything else, Carrick?
I will have him use. I'll say that was his bonus action attack, and he'll use his hasted action to disengage and pop back up to breathe.
All right, that works for me. Wait, bonus action disengage?
No, it's gonna be hasted action.
Oh, hasted action. Yeah, that works. Okay, yeah, the last one, bonus action attack. Yeah, okay, cool. It math checks out. So Carrick pops back up. Faye, what are you doing?
So Carrick was just under the mud doing that somehow?
Correct.
Machi. All right. Ooh. Now. Can the crabs see underwater? Can I assume that? That seems likely, right?
Yep.
All right. Now the wording of hypnotic pattern is such that we create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air. No.
So technically, the crab has blind sight, which means it can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight. It is also blinded in the mud. So if the spell technically relies on sight.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna try to. I'm not gonna try to fucking push that through. No. Instead, I'm going to do. So I saw where Carrick just dipped in and out of the water. Right.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to cast a fireball just below the water at that location and make it friendly.
Okay, that works. So just gonna hope that it's still just in range of that.
Yeah.
So it's got to make a dex save, I guess. Ooh. That is a 18.
Nope.
All right.
Catch these balls.
Spell save DC, nice. 19, nice. Ooh. Yeah, that's some good damage.
Papa's gonna bring you back. Yep.
Let's go.
But actually, the fireball just ignites under the water, just instantly evaporates quite a lot of the water. Just becomes almost a ball of steam that just kind of the thermodynamics involved there. The steam splashes out everywhere in like a little bit of an explosion, much more than a usual fireball would be. And you can see the crab for just a minute as it sort of winces under the fire and tries to dig deeper into the mud, but it can't. And Clemens, you're unaffected by the flames, and you get just a minute of air, just a real quick, as all the water has been evaporated.
We're having steamed crab tonight, boys.
And then the mud smacks back down around you and buries you again.
Ugh.
But for just a minute there, you could see what was going on. And now it's your turn, Clemens. We'll say this turn happens before the mud quite has reached your hand.
In the split second before I lose vision, I'm gonna thunder step 30 feet away.
All right, that works.
So Mr. Crab and anybody else within 10 feet must make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
All right, so I think Carrick navigated away, right? A little bit. You popped back up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so indeed, Senior Crab rolls a 15 on the con save, and we'll take full damage from this.
All right, so that's 16 thunder damage.
All right.
And I hope there's a dramatic shockwave of mud that flies all around, since it created a sonic boom that can be heard 300 feet away.
Yeah, it was right on the edge of the fireball. The crab was like, it was barely still in range of that because it was moving pretty quick, but less than a round of movement it got in there technically. So just on the edge of the fireball, and then the rest of the mud on that side of the crab gets just splattered against all the trees and everything in the area, in a nice little ring, meaning the crab is now completely exposed for a quick second here. And where do you teleport to a tree or something nearby, or what's the plan?
Yeah, I'll go to a tree nearby, just sitting on a branch.
Perfect. So you show up on a branch, and the crab is now completely exposed in the open with mud. Let's see, how wide is the 10 feet? Little 10-foot ring there.
All right, I am putting away my weapon this turn. That'll be my turn.
Okay. So it's actually going to try to escape now. It sees that it has picked on something perhaps a little bit larger than it thought it was picking on, and begins to dive down into the mud again. And that is its turn. Carrick, what you doing?
Can I still see it?
I'll say just barely, because it's running to the edge of the mud that is now slowly rolling its way back in to fill the space that was there. But it's not very fast on land. It's much faster in the mud. So it just barely is getting to the edge of the mud.
Carrick will zoom over to it and just say, "Don't you leave me now, dinner."
My wish is for you to be my dinner.
Excellent. That is certainly a hit. Yeah, if you don't nat one this thing, you hit. So technically your nat 1 would also hit, but by the rules of nat 1, the ancient laws.
The sacred texts.
The sacred texts, indeed. The 95% hit rate.
Is it still alive?
How do you want to do this, Carrick?
I just want to surgically chop off both claws and each of the legs, so it just can't move at all.
Perfect. It's already lightly steamed for you already. Just a little bit. Process has started. And indeed, you now have a very large crab just chilling here in the mud. Very dead.
Carrick picks up one of the claws and just lifts it up and just goes, "Ah, dinner!"
At this point, Nakarth finally catches back up to you guys after being several hundred feet ahead.
We got dinner.
I heard. quite a loud sound.
I don't think you understand how exciting this is, Nikareth.
Yeah, it's
Dinner
not
is
every day.
certainly exciting. I was just saying it was quite far away that I could hear that the explosion and the. So yeah, yes, I am caught up on the details. Crab for dinner.
Get cooking.
So you guys might
Alright.
be a little lost in the jungle, but you do have dinner. That is good. It is getting pretty late as the sun's starting to fall here. But at this point, it's not quite as hard for you to navigate out of this little swamp area. And nothing else attacks you on this little leg of the journey.
Carrick is feeling like really, really strong about his like survival skills in the jungle right now. He's gonna try and put a shelter together.
Okay, what do you propose we roll for that with?
I was gonna just roll survival and see how it goes.
Okay, that works for me.
I like
Absolutely.
how shitty it is, but yes.
Excellent. So, you guys get to the edge of the little swamp-like area, and you feel this is as good a place as any to settle in. Let's figure something out here. And go ahead and describe to us how this structure goes very wrong, Carrick. What are you feeling?
He's just looking around trying to find anything he can use, and he's like not having a ton of luck. He finds like a couple like branches, some sticks, and he like puts something together. He's like, "All right, I think it's ready." And then as soon as you guys look over and show it and look at it, it just falls apart.
Perfect. Unfortunately, such a structure will serve to do very little in this environment.
Yeah. Maybe I need better materials than just these sticks.
All right.
I suppose we could. Did anybody bring hammocks?
I got bedrolls. Maybe we could try and tie them up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I'll add mine to the pile.
Yeah, Carrick will try and like fashion hammocks out of these bedrolls with like maybe some rope.
All right. So, so you guys are making camp. You're not gonna push for extra travel progress. So, you guys are in a jungle where you have recently been attacked by something.
Yay.
So I'm figuring you're probably gonna want to keep watch. Yeah, who's gonna do that?
Yes.
Oh dear.
I've got a
Well.
lantern now.
Yay!
I can take first watch.
I'll take. I guess I'll take second watch.
I'll do third with Nikareth, presumably. My watchkeeping by itself is not great.
That works. All right, so Carrick, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please, as you keep your watch here.
I'll flash that to 15
Okay,
or 12.
a 12. All right. So you keep an eye on your surroundings here as everyone else dozes off. Especially for that crab, you never know if it's gonna try and sneak back up on you guys. But it seems to have learned its. Oh no, the crab you ate, it didn't get away. I was thinking it got away for some reason. No, of course not.
It was delicious.
Literally, it was dinner. You keep your eye out for other crabs that might be nearby and haven't learned their lessons. But fortunately, it seems like this one had a pretty large territory and territorial crabs, of course. It doesn't appear to be anything lurking in the mud beneath you, but never know when something might jump out at you from the trees and such nearby. At one point during the night, you do notice something in the distance, not near you. There's just a brief flash of light bright enough that though it's very far away, the light even glances off the trees near you. And a little bit of a sound rolls by shortly after. Not quite thunder, but a similar sound. Much sharper, much quicker. Just a loud clap. And then off the distance, you just hear the very faint sounds of clashing blades. But it's quite far away. And at this point, you have all your lights out and stuff. Unlikely they'll notice you, even if they do get too close. Would you like to do something about that, or are you just gonna hope they don't head this way?
He's gonna wait a while and see how long it lasts.
Okay. A few minutes pass before the clashing ceases. And then there's a few more minutes of silence. And another bright flash of light and another sound like a clap. And then just silence. Seemed to be pretty quickly, whatever it was.
Do I recognize what this like white and like big loud clapping noise is?
You can roll me if you're trying to identify as like a spell or something. Yeah, I'd say Arcana. Right. It doesn't seem like necessarily a spell you've heard of or seen used before, but it does seem like some sort of you recognize that effect as some form of teleportation happening, something being displaced very crudely and roughly, something being shoved into a place in existence that it's not meant to be, and displacing the air, or being taken away very quickly and leaving a vacuum behind. All the air then claps in behind it.
So kind of like a banishment, maybe.
Something of that nature, perhaps. Or yeah, something was either sent somewhere or came here. Something of that nature. It didn't look like effects you've seen from arcane magic you've cast in the past or seen cast in the past, but something.
I'll wake up Clemens and say, it sounded like there was some fighting earlier, and it seemed like something either teleported into and out of the jungle or was banished. Not quite clear, but
Oh, that sounds alarming.
yeah, it was a ways away though.
So maybe we should unbanish it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's even here anymore.
Well, hopefully not, I suppose. I was having a nice sleep.
Hopefully not. Wake me up if you see something else again.
I will.
Good luck.
Clemens will turn on her lantern and just kind of sit there looking for things that look like they've been banished to this plane.
All right. Excellent.
I guess she'll have her bow out.
Give me a perception check for your watch. All right, goes just about as well.
There's trees out here.
There's trees out here, and you're on the lookout for crabs, because there's definitely crabs out here. Of course, much like Herrick was. And did you? I forget. Did you go for the hooded lantern or the regular one?
Let me take a look.
Shining a flashlight
Hooded
around,
lantern.
or okay, so you got essentially a flashlight that you're kind of passing over the nearby area, the small cone that reaches farther. Just occasionally glancing around, and you hear something splash in the water, so you move your lantern over that way, but it doesn't appear to be anything.
I sure hope that doesn't turn out to be anything.
Indeed. But your watch passes uneventfully. Other than the creepy sounds and just general shifting of small animals in this area.
Alright, I'll wake up our last watcher.
All right, so the Nakarth are up.
Indeed.
Good night.
Good night.
I didn't notice anything. Kak said there was potentially something, but I can't remember if you were awake for that or not. Something teleported or was banished or something, but neither of us saw anything more of it after he heard that.
Oh, weird. Well, we'll keep an eye out, I guess.
Okay. So, I'll just have you and Nakarth each roll checks here, I think. It's the easiest way to handle this. Nakarth gets an 18. Woo!
Sounds about right.
That's about right indeed. Yeah, no, Nakarth has fancy new robes that let him see 120 feet in dark vision, and he cannot be blinded, etc., all sorts of stuff. Bunch of cool things. So he's very good at keeping watch at night, thankfully. And at a certain point, he does point something out to you that he notices approaching you. Something has been creeping slowly towards you, but they don't appear to be quite good, quite so good at being creepy and slow as they are quite large and break quite a lot of sticks and things as they travel, or a large foot gets stuck in the mud and there's sort of that sucking sound as it lifts up out of the mud. Splashes some droplets everywhere. Large silhouette is all you can see at the edge of your dark vision. 2 of them.
Fuck that noise. I start trying to like be fairly still, but like waking up one of them, and I'm assuming Nakarth would wake up the other.
Okay, give me a stealth check if you're trying to not be obvious that you're waking them up here.
This can only go well. Didn't.
All right.
Not go well.
As you shift and start to try and wake up the others quickly, the 2 looming figures charge, and that is where we will pick up next time, is with us rolling initiative and you guys trying to fight your way out of whatever these 2 large figures are. Actually, as they start charging you, not to be too suspenseful, Nakarth will shout that there are 2 apes running at your camp. So,
Oh,
Lovely.
you'll have some.
They don't
some
have a
apes to
sword, do
it's
they?
always apes.
fight.
Why is it always apes?
Indeed. All right, so we've got a little bit of travel going on. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. Another chill
Yes.
one, but
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
little combat, little crab for dinner action. Yeah.
It's good to have a little chilling as a treat after.
After yes, after actually going insane. Yeah.